Ow, I'm so clumsy this week. I keep hurting myself on everything. I don't know if this is like a third trimester end of pregnancy thing, but I keep knocking things, banging things. Yeah, clumsiness is the theme of this week. I'm 38 weeks pregnant and I feel great still. I feel really like I should say something else just to be exciting and just to mix it up a little bit, but I'll just be real. I feel really good. I'm not fed up yet. I don't feel like I can't wait for the end of the pregnancy. I still feel, I guess it must be because I have 3 kids and sort of family life is so busy, that this pregnancy has just whizzed by in what feels like the blink of an eye. So I haven't had chance to dwell on if I'm feeling uncomfortable, things like that. I go to bed really early and that is when I start to feel really uncomfortable, is in the evening, at night time, after I've done this sort of bath bed routine with my husband. That's when I start to feel at my worst and most uncomfortable, and then I just go to bed. So then when I wake up in the morning, I feel much better again. Whereas I think in previous pregnancies, I've tried to stay up late or later than the kids going to bed and watch TV downstairs, and I just could never get comfortable on the sofa. This time I just take myself off to bed and watch TV in bed and then drift off to sleep whenever I want to. Yeah, I still feel really okay, really pretty comfortable as you can be at 38 weeks pregnant, and just happy and excited. I'm not panicking yet about whether the baby will come on time. I'm trying not to think about that too much. My 3 previous pregnancies have got progressively closer to the due date. So with my first, I went, I think, a week over. My second was 4 days, and the last, baby number 3, was something like 2-3 days at the most. So I'm assuming if this one follows the same pattern that I won't go too far past my due date. I really hope that I don't. I think I might start to feel a bit more panicky and desperate to like evict the baby once I get to my due date, because I really don't want to be induced, because as I'm hoping for a home birth and a water birth at home, the last thing I want is to have to be induced and sort of strapped and monitored in hospital. So that's the point where I might start to get a bit annoyed and uncomfortable and just desperate to get the baby out. But until I get closer to that date, I'm going to try not to stress about it too much. I've started on my raspberry leaf capsules. I've always taken them in tablet form rather than drunk the tea. I haven't even tried the tea to know whether I'd like it or not actually, but I remember somebody saying to me right back in my first pregnancy that the capsules are more concentrated and more like the dosage is higher, you're actually getting more in each capsule, so that just made more sense to me. I'm not a massive tea drinker anyway, I just drink water throughout the day, so I thought I'd probably find it easier to stick to taking them regularly. I bought mine from Holland & Barrett, and you're advised to take 1 in the morning and 1 at night, so I've been doing that for the last week, I would say. I've never not taken them, so I can't say categorically that yes, they work and they help, but my labours have always been pretty okay, pretty manageable, so I kind of feel like I have to take them, because if I don't, I'd end up having some horrendously long and difficult labour if I didn't take them, so I will always and would always have taken them. I said this in my last update as well, but the baby is definitely running out of room. My bump is still measuring a week behind, but that has been the case with other pregnancies as well. I've always measured a week behind my actual dates. The movements now feel like, I was trying to explain this to my husband the other night to try and like make him understand how it's uncomfortable, but the movements now feel like a squirming kind of movement rather than, I still get kicks and I get a little foot and I can actually feel the shape of the foot on it's always on my right hand side, and that's amazing, I love that. But the sort of squirming movements don't feel very nice at the moment, usually because I can feel them quite low down, and it kind of feels like this sort of sensation, like a sort of bone, it feels like bone on bone almost, which I suppose it kind of is. It's like the baby's head on my pelvis, I guess, on my pelvic bone. It's it kind of makes me grit my teeth a little bit. It's not a very nice feeling. The kicks I absolutely love, and feeling its little feet and elbows poke out, I will never ever get bored of, and I know I will miss when I actually have the baby and it's on the outside. Speaking of being uncomfortable, this is one evening actually where I was really fed up. We went out for what will be our last kind of pre-baby, or our last date night in general for a while, and we went for a meal in our local pub. It was really lovely and we had a really nice evening, but we struggled to get a table until quite late, which meant I ate quite late and got a bit carried away and had lots of food, which was delicious, but oh my goodness, because I've run out of room in my tummy. It was all right at the time. I was enjoying myself, just kind of munching away, and then when I got home, I could not get comfortable. The food was right up high, it gave me heartburn, and I just felt sick all night. I did manage to sleep, but I'd wake up every 2 or 3 hours to change position, which I do anyway, but when I woke up, I felt so sick and uncomfortable. It was really horrible. I learned a big lesson that day, that not to eat that much food again that late at night for the rest of my pregnancy, because even when I woke up the following morning, I was still full until lunchtime. And it wasn't even, I didn't eat excessively. I ate what I would normally eat on a meal out with my husband, but just no room for it. That was not nice. I have another midwife appointment this week. I think it's tomorrow actually. I better double check on that. I'm really looking forward to it because I just like to hear at this point where they can feel the baby and whether it's in the right position. When the midwife came to see me last time to do my home birth assessment, she said that the baby was the right way round and not back to back, which is great. So I just like to hear and get that reassurance now every time I have an appointment between now and the baby actually arriving, that it is in a good position, because obviously if it is back to back, there are things you can do to try and help encourage it to be the other way around. I feel like we're much more prepared now. I feel more organised and more relaxed about everything. I'll link my last update up here for you, which was all about preparing for our home water birth, if you haven't seen it already. We did a test run of the pool and it had a tiny little scuff on the bottom, which was letting air out slowly, so my husband's fixed that. We've done another test run and it's fine, so that's now safely packed away out of harm's way, so it'll be there now until the big day. I've started putting together piles of towels and my hospital bag should we need it, or just to have all the stuff in one place, so I'll be sharing a video on that with you as well. And I've also filmed a newborn baby unisex haul, which was one of my favourite videos I've ever filmed. It's just so exciting to talk through and look at all that really cute baby stuff, so I'll link that one as well. We had a really exciting delivery this morning as well, which was our snooze pod. I can't wait to use this. I think it's going to make such a difference to my back. I've always suffered with a really stiff back after having babies, and I think it is purely because of getting out of bed and leaning over a Moses basket and sort of lowering the baby back into a Moses basket repeatedly every night when you're not quite with it and probably not sort of lifting properly as you should. And I feel like that really takes its toll on my back. So to have a bedside crib where I can just reach over and pull the baby towards me and put it back in the same way without actually having to get up and bend, I think that's going to make a massive difference. I'm still getting those pesky Braxton Hicks contractions, which are quite painful, although they come with the territory when you get to 38 weeks pregnant, but as I've said before, these ones are quite uncomfortable. So I'm taking that as a good sign that my body is just gearing up and getting itself ready for labour. In terms of how I'm feeling myself about the birth, I kind of go from feeling really, really scared and apprehensive and dreading it to really, really excited and calm about it. So it is literally, I'm fluctuating between the two completely different emotions at the moment. It's my 4th time, so I know what to expect, although there's always that element of things could be different this time, and that, I think that's the bit that I get nervous about, is that, oh, what if it doesn't go as smoothly this time around? But there's nothing you can do about that, is there? It's pointless me stressing about it, and I'm just trying to stay calm and remember that I can do it, I've done it before, my body knows what it's doing, and just to try and stay relaxed and focused and not stress myself out. It's pointless worrying. I've been listening to my hypnobirthing tracks. They are really, really good, and they do really relax me, but too much. I keep falling asleep, which I'm sure won't happen when I'm in labour, but I listen to them in the evening and I get to a certain point and I must fall asleep every time. So last night I actually listened to it from halfway through so that I could actually be present for the last half of the track. I might actually start listening to it in the afternoon and the evenings just so that I know that I'm getting the full benefit, but it definitely relaxes me, so that's a good thing. So that's pretty much everything I've got to share with you this week. I don't think for a second that this is going to be the last one. I've never gone early before, so I've got quite a few videos planned between now and my due date, so please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so that you don't miss any of those. I have also been asked a couple of times if I'm planning to film my home birth, and that is absolutely the plan. I don't know quite what shape or form it'll take at this point. I'll just have to kind of play it by ear on the day, but I'm fully intending to capture whatever I can. I haven't actually done a bump shot for weeks and weeks. I did a few of them at the beginning and I haven't done one for ages, so I thought I would just do one of those quickly for you so that you can see my bump at 38 weeks. So here's my bump at 38 weeks. I can't really pull up my dress to show you what it looks like without my dress on because I have really bad granny pants on. So no one needs to see that. This is what it looks like through my clothes anyway. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'd love it if you'd share it with your family and friends or anyone you know that's pregnant and might find these updates interesting. Don't forget as well to check out channelmum.com because there are so many pregnancy week by week updates on there, so that's well worth a look. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one.